Hi everyone, welcome to Metro Caring. My name is Justin, and today we're going to be doing a game talking about eating mindfully. There will be cool snack prizes if you want to participate and play along. So, would anybody like to come up? Hello, come on up, good sir. What's your name?
My name is Rick.
Rick, good to meet you. So, mindful eating is simply listening to our bodies and paying attention to what, when, how, why, and how much we are eating. And research shows that it can help a little bit with gradual weight loss, if we want to lose weight, or even developing healthier eating habits over time. So we're going to explore these mindful eating topics a little bit. But first, let's walk through your typical day. So, think about your first meal time. When is your first meal time in the day?
Typically it's around 6:30.
6:30 a.m., eating breakfast, right?
That is true.
And what sorts of things do you like to eat in the morning?
Well, we often eat cereal
Yes.
with milk or juice. And on alternating days we may have fried eggs, scrambled eggs, bacon, and toast,
All right.
accompanied by milk or juice.
So typical breakfast foods, so milk, cereal, some juice milk,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
Bacon and eggs on occasion. Do you have any distractions, typically, things going on?
In that regard, we're pretty fortunate. The only thing we have
Right.
is background music, background news station on the radio.
Okay.
We have no TV in the kitchen. The only TV in the house is downstairs. So I would say we're pretty lucky in that we don't have many distractions.
So we have a cracker over here,
Yes, we do.
and I'm gonna have you try this little cracker here. But before you do, I'm gonna have you ask yourself a few different questions. So, ask yourself, what am I eating?
What I will be eating, it appears, is a wafer cracker that looks a lot like one of the Wheat Check brand's cereals, supersized. Looks like there might be a good amount of salt on it. And it may taste a lot like cornflakes, something akin to that.
Okay. And it looks like a little bit of a wheat cracker.
Mhm.
Might taste like cornflakes. Does it have a smell to it?
Well, a cracker smell. A cracker smell.
A cracker smell.
A plain old saltine cracker smell.
Sounds good. All right, now that you have an experience with it in your hand, go ahead, take a bite. How does it feel in your mouth?
I'm confirming that it has a wheat cracker taste to it. And in fact, on further reflection, it reminds me of the old shredded wheat cereals.
Yeah. So how does eating like this compare to maybe your typical morning lunch snack routine?
Because of the texture and the thickness, I might eat it slower than some of the thinner chips, like a potato chip.
Right.
That would be much easier to chew. This one requires a little bit of conscientious chewing.
So maybe that's something to point out too, that our food decisions have a big impact on maybe how mindfully we eat, or at least how we chew,
Mhm.
right? So something like potato chips, those processed foods can really be easy to chomp down and swallow quickly and
Mhm.
eat quite
That's
a bit.
right.
Yeah, so it's actually known too that it takes about 20 minutes for our bodies to necessarily know we're full after we've eaten everything, right?
Mhm.
So in fact, we have some models over here. Did you know that this is about the size of your stomach when it is empty? We have this little jar over here. It is about 50
That's this
milliliters.
size, right?
Yeah, 50 milliliters. Isn't that crazy? And then when we're typically full, our stomach is about 1 to 1.5 liters full. That's here on the left. And that's when we're feeling satisfied, but maybe not overly stuffed. This guy, 4 liters, is the size our stomach can stretch to. So knowing all those too, we have some different mindful and mindless eating practices. So, do you ever do any of these at home? Measuring out a serving of what you're going to eat beforehand, or even some of the distracted ones like I did?
Well, we at our house have developed the practice, which apparently is a good practice, of measuring out a serving of the cereals. Snacking, particularly when I'm hungry, which is unfortunate. My wife cooks good meals, but oftentimes I'm just a little hungry and impatient, and that's when I do as you're doing on occasion.
You go to
grab
the
the crackers, grab the jar of peanuts.
Yeah.
So yes, I experience some mindless eating.
Yeah, full of that. Are there certain foods that you notice that maybe you might eat more quickly than others?
Well, peanuts, of course, the small pretzels.
Yeah.
Those are often very good and go awfully quickly.
Yeah.
And I find myself at times thinking to myself, well, you sure have eaten a lot of peanuts and pretzels this
Yeah.
evening.
So yeah, if you could make a goal to cut down maybe on those foods a little bit, so
Mhm.
you're not going over the top, what would you do with those items?
I would and should not bring the whole table, should not bring the whole bag to the table, should
Yeah.
not bring the whole bag with me downstairs. I should measure it out just like we dutifully do with our cereals in the morning. I don't often practice that, so it's possible that that is one area I should improve on.
Yeah.
Actually carry my portion measuring into my snacking also.
Awesome. Well, that's something that you can do to really refine your mindful eating. It sounds like you already practice a lot of mindful eating practices, and maybe that will make you one of the most mindful eaters out there. So thanks, Rick, for playing our game. We're going to have some cool snack prizes if you would like one to help kickstart off your mindful eating.
I'm looking forward to it.
Right on.